Hey up my ducks, Chelsea here today from Studio Simli, and we're making another tiny home. Again, we're going with the tier 2 tiny home, which is a maximum of 64 tiles, but this time I wanted to do it across 2 stories. You can see me playing around with the shape at the moment, as I say, adding an upper level. But I wanted it to kind of feel a little bit more like a loft, hence the upper level not having the same full floor plan as the lower level, but that enables us to keep it within the 64 tile limit for the tiny home. Just playing around with roofing now. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, I'm not very good at roofing, and it clipped really strangely on this one. I don't know if anybody's got any tips for roofing and preventing it from clipping weirdly. I don't know if I'm just missing something, but the roof on the front section where the front door is clips weirdly into the balcony area above. I've kind of put a plant in it and tried to make it a bit of a feature. I don't know whether that worked, but that's what I've tried to do. Just playing around with windows now. I wanted to use a mix of green and yellow windows because I'd used the green and yellow door, and I'm just kind of running with the whole green and yellow theme. So that really is the theme of this kind of strange tiny home. This is not what I intended on building at all. My initial intention was to try and make a loft style tiny home, which obviously I think I did achieve, but this is not what I had pictured. I wanted something really colourful, like an accident in a Crayola factory, and that is not what I ended up with at all. So you can see my sim on the driveway. I can't for the life of me remember her name, but there she is. She's got bright blue hair. I thought she could live in my super colourful tiny home. I was going to decorate it with stuff out of Movie Hangout and make it look all generally crazy, and that's not what I did at all. But I'm hoping to have another go at that soon, so hopefully a video actually doing what I set out to do will be coming in this not too distant future. It's not too distant future. Although that's not that inaccurate, because as you can probably hear, I am very sniffly again. Oh, here we go, now I've got to mess with the roof again. Because I extended downstairs by 2 tiles, so it is dead on 64 now. And again, that clips weirdly into the upstairs. This build was not my friend at all, and it came out looking really weird, but I do kind of like it. I'm going to say the green and yellow thing is a bit odd. I will wager that it's not to everyone's taste, but I don't think it's terrible. Let me know in the comments if you think it's terrible. If you don't think it's terrible, it's available to download on the gallery. So just look me up under my gallery ID, which is Chelsea-Marie89. That'll be typed out for you in the description box below. So feel free to check that out. Finally painting the exterior. I do love that green swatch. I don't feel like I use it nearly enough. Yep, this house is weird. I think this build could probably have 2 Sims living in it. I've only got 1, although as I said, I'm probably going to move her. I might just demolish this, as cool as it is. I want her in this lot, and I don't particularly want her in this house, so this house might be getting deleted from my save. Just adding lights all the way through now. I was trying to be careful with the ceiling lights because I didn't want to add any in the area where the balcony bit was, because I know that it would let me. had them on the lower floor, but then they'd just essentially be floating, and lights in real life don't do that. I do try and make my builds fairly realistic. I don't always succeed, and obviously you don't have to. That's the joy of The Sims. You can do what you want. Absolutely anything. I love watching what other people do in The Sims. Like, what I do is not particularly interesting, or at least not on my channel. Like, all I'm doing is building lately, although it is my favourite thing to do in The Sims. It's the only creative thing I'm even remotely good at, so I do really enjoy it. But I love watching what other people do. I've been watching a guy's channel called Gray Still Plays. I don't know if any of you have seen him, but he does really weird Sims challenges that are just hilarious. He'll build like 8 floors of single tile pool, and you'll have to swim round a single tile pool maze all the way to the top to meet your needs, and you know, it's kind of potluck as to whether any of the Sims will survive to the end, and you can sort of place bets at the beginning. I don't know if you've seen him. If you haven't, I'd recommend checking him out. Finally working on the exterior now. Not sure I finished the interior, but we're out here now. Doing some landscaping. Definitely did not finish the interior. Look at that. Literally nothing in the house. Just adding this hedge to work kind of like a fence. Some little yellow flowers. This property's kind of got a side garden and a little bit of back garden. Again, I like to utilise the outside space because these lots are so big, so when you're building a tiny house it leaves you a lot of empty lot if you don't do anything with the garden space. I didn't give myself any monetary restrictions or pat restrictions during this build. I just tried to make it look alright. I'm not even sure whether I succeeded at that, honestly, but it is an interesting build and I've not seen anything like this recently, so make of that what you will. Right, we've gone back inside now, decorating. I continue with the green and yellow theme, although I think interiorly, is that a word? I don't think it is. The interior of this build is mostly green rather than green and yellow, like the windows and the door, but I still like it. I think it's cute. I managed to get kitchen, dining, although I do use an island to get dining, and a living space down here, and then upstairs there's like a bedroom and a bathroom, so perfect for 1 or 2 Sims. Although I wouldn't try and extend your family in a house like this. Trying to find the parenthood stools. There we go. I like adding islands into tiny builds because it gives you the extra countertop space. And into the living area. This is the part where I realised that there's not really any sofas that match the green of the kitchen. You can see me just searching endlessly through the swatches, wishing I'd not started this green and yellow task, but I did, so we're gonna go with it. I think in the end it all kind of works together, but I was a bit worried because that green is quite different to the green in the kitchen. Oh, the fairy lights. Yeah, so I use the fairy lights from the like free holiday pack, is it? I have no idea what that pack's called. The Christmas thing anyway, that's free. Yeah, I use those fairy lights on both sides. I can't remember whether they actually light up, but you know, we can pretend. I thought, you know, at night time that'd look really pretty if you were sitting out on the patio, which is as yet not built, but it will be. I can see into the future. Although the future of this video is my past, so I guess I'm a Time Lord. Using that little light from, I think it's Realm of Magic. I don't really get to use it very often, but I thought, you know, it's got to be the only green and yellow light in the build, well, in the game, so that's become my outside light. Does it matter what lights you use outside? I was wondering about this. Like, if you use interior lights outside and it rains, do they die? Could you get electrocuted? I can't say I've noticed. I should probably playtest that. Although, when do I actually play The Sims? It's been a while. I was doing a Super Sim challenge recently in my personal save, which is not this one that you're seeing me build this in. But I forgot that I used MC Command Center to make Risky Woohoo a thing. And I was just trying to make it so I'd got like the mum and the kid, because I find pretty much more than 2 Sims in a household really tedious to play. I need a bit of a break from them. They're just too much, man. Too much. And I forgot that I'd put Risky Woohoo on. And the mum got pregnant. And that was the end of me playing my Super Sim challenge. Because I don't have time for a baby. I barely have time for the mum. So we might try and do that again, but try and remember to turn MC Command Center's Risky Woohoo setting off. Because although I love that in game because it's realistic, it's tedious when you really don't want more Sims in your household. Wow, I really do moan about everything. Honestly, I love the Sims. You wouldn't think that to listen to me talk about it, but I really do. I've been playing since the very beginning, and apparently today, as I'm recording this, is the Sims' 20th birthday, which is incredible. I remember playing the original Sims game with my mum. She used to play it. That's how I got into it in the first place. Those of you that follow me on Twitter will already know this because I posted about it over there, but yeah, I used to play, well, my mum used to play, and then she introduced me to it, and me and her both played The Sims 1 and The Sims 2, but she's not played since. But yesterday she was checking out some of the videos on my channel and was absolutely mesmerised by the fact we can put objects in diagonally now. So yeah, I guess that's sort of a nod to how far we've come. As you can see, I've kind of managed to fix the clipping on one side just by adding a room there, but I couldn't do it on the other side because of where the stairs come out. So I cover that in other ways. But not yet, because right now we are onto the bathroom. I wanted to make the bathroom really colourful. I love this set from Jungle Adventure, and I don't feel like I use it in enough of my builds. So that's what we're going with today. Jungle Adventure shower, Jungle Adventure sink, Jungle Adventure wallpaper. If you don't like the Jungle Adventure stuff, I'm sorry. But this is just where we went with this build. Nobody's forcing you to download it. Adding a few finishing touches before finally painting it. The swatches were really tedious, so there was a lot of time that I cut out there, which is why it jumped weirdly, because I didn't think you needed to watch me questioning swatches for 6 minutes, which in real life was like way longer, because obviously this is sped up. Just putting a dresser downstairs because it's occurred to me that I am not going to have the space in the bedroom. So I'm using one of the new tiny living ones that matches in with the TV unit. And just repositioning everything down there to make it work. Then I wanted to make sure we got a desk up here. with a computer, because as I've said a million times, you need a computer in all of your builds. I don't understand why all starters don't come with the basic computer, because really you need it. It's literally the first thing I buy. Although that's like suggesting that I ever play in EA homes. I don't. I always at very least renovate them. Although I like playing in other people's builds as well, just like downloading stuff off the gallery. Because there's some amazing builds on there that I am not talented enough to recreate anything remotely similar to. And I do love playing in some of these really weird and wonderful builds. Let me know your top gallery recommendations in the comments, because I'd be really interested to check some of them out. As you can see, I've just added wall mirrors where the roof was clipping weirdly upstairs, because I needed to cover it somehow. And onto the patio and outside. We're getting there now, lads. Might have been tedious. I just raised up these little bird feeder things and put them in the bushes. I don't know if they'll actually be usable. Are they usable? I don't even know. But I thought yellow and green, they match, so I'm going to use them. Fire pit, because I'm a little obsessed with the fire pit. I only recently got Outdoor Retreat. I know literally that was like the first pack to come out on The Sims 4, but I only got it this past Christmas. So now I add fire pits to everywhere. I don't know if that'll wear off. Who knows? I made the water green from Jungle Adventure for the pool as well, just because I felt like it matched the whole aesthetic that I'm going for. Putting in some bubble jets and some little lights. And onto the terrain paint. Adding in a little path round to the patio area on the side. You can see we've got a little barbecue, fire pit and a pool. What more do you really need? Some would say means to grow things, but I never do that, so. Just tidying up the terrain paint now. Adding in a faux planter box. I love using this base game tiny fence to make into like a pretend planter. I'm assuming I put a tree or something in there. I can't imagine I'll leave it like that, but we've gone off on a tangent again, lads. And we are now doing terrain paint under the hedges. And in the planter. And round the back. Anywhere else? Nope, now we're just going to tidy up the patio again. Tree, told you. Again, I say that like that was a guess. You built this, Chelsea. You built it. Of course you knew there was a tree in that box. No prizes for you. Honestly, guys. Right. So yeah, I put a load of little yellow flowery bushes and a tree in my little fake planter thing. Considered a glass roof. Realised that was stupid. And moved on. Changing the roof swatches now. I've got to be about done. There can't be much left now, surely. Right, that's about it. The screenshots will be coming up in a minute, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's